SM Entertainment cannot catch a break. Another one of their artists has exploded in the news cycle once again. A post online has caused huge commotion because it is from someone claiming to be EXO Chanyeol's ex-girlfriend. She states that this is the karma he has brought on to himself, that she feels dirty and disgusting about the 3 years she spent with him, all while he was allegedly cheating on her. She claims that these women included girl group members, YouTube streamers, flight attendants, and more. Apparently, she protected him during the relationship because he said his career would die if it was affected by girl problems, and even revealed he doesn't like one of the EXO members. The photos you've been looking at are the one she posted to prove what she is saying. Now, a lot of people are very suspicious of these photos. For example, what is being marked out here? Because there's no way that's a person he's holding, right? Other photos are speculated to have been tampered with, which has caused this to also trend online. For some reason, this fake photo from 2018 of Chanyeol and BLACKPINK's Rosé resurfaced with Dispatch watermarks on it. Dispatch came out immediately and warned people to stop spreading fake photos with their logo on it, thereby creating more confusion. Now, SM's response to all of this is interesting. A rep reportedly said they won't be making any statement regarding this. That's all. Now, the silence could be while they get to the bottom of this. Just like JYP stated recently during one of their controversies. That's all the info I have in front of me at this particular moment. Updates are bound to come out right before this uploads. So let me know and we'll talk about it in the next one, just like we're about to go over all the updates regarding IRENE. Since we last talked about the IRENE situation, the aftermath has been a bit all over the place. Regarding Red Velvet as a group, they pulled out of the 2020 K-Culture Festival, which they were official ambassadors of. Just yesterday, a report came out stating that many stores have received guidelines from Clinique to remove and replace posters of IRENE. Apparently, changes have been made to their website as well. Now, the other day, we talked about some industry people supporting the post that revealed how IRENE behaved toward this particular stylist, insinuating that this wasn't a one-time thing. Well, since then, we've seen many posts and threads from industry personnel on the other side of that, supporting IRENE, talking about their positive experiences with her. Within this pool of negative and positive, you also had fake posts, like the one person who pretended to be a part of the production crew of Double Patty starring IRENE. The film producer had to come out and say that person was not on the production staff at all. But here's the weirdest part I find. It seems like the hate IRENE is getting for this has rippled off to other people as well. Most notably, Joy. And I say it's weird because if you go through her Instagram comments, people are warning her to behave and watch her attitude, saying she's exactly the same as IRENE. But the specifics of where these perceptions come from are never stated. None of these comments cite concrete examples or moments. If you guys know why Joy is the one absorbing the aftershock, let me know. I mean, I get why Irene Kim is also another person absorbing the residual heat. Not anything having to do with her personality. It's just people going onto her page, mistaking her for Red Velvet's Irene. Now, looking at the comments from the last video, there are opinions all over the spectrum about Irene. Some who have condemned her, who are disappointed, some who are disappointed but still supportive, and some who think there's more to this than meets the eye. So many different reactions, and it is not my place to tell you what to think or how to feel, what is right, what is wrong, but it now seems that the stylist who uploaded the initial post is ready to move on. See, she explains in a very long follow-up post that she didn't do this for monetary reasons or for some kind of compensation as many are theorizing. It was never about getting a settlement, and when the company and Irene met up with her, that kind of talk was never brought up. It was only about the apology that day. Her and the two people she worked alongside, who she also brought along, received an apology from Irene. She said that's all she wanted. Her main objective was to get an apology and to make sure she doesn't act like this toward anyone ever again. Since all of this was accomplished during that meeting, she stated there's no need for her to do anything else or talk about this ever again. Because of the timing of everything, the perception of SM's huge announcement this week is seen by some as an attempt to divert attention. SM officially revealed they will be debuting their new girl group, AESPA, next month. AESPA? AESPA? I'm not sure how to say it yet. Now, unfortunately, part of the narrative going around is, was this to distract everyone? That's for you to come to a conclusion on your own. People who do think so obviously think the timing of it makes sense, bringing up the fact that Red Velvet's debut was also announced back in 2014 when the Girls' Generation controversy was going on. But that's another theory onto itself. Plus, there are counterpoints to this. That it was already in the plans and public knowledge for SM to debut a new girl group in 2020, which there are only 2 months left of. Also, aespa's logo showing up in Super M's music video that came out at the end of September further implies this was the planned timeline all along. I hope the girls' debut doesn't get bogged down by things out of their control, because there are definitely other interesting aspects that we should talk about. The way SM is approaching them is looking really unique so far, with virtual avatars that will heavily intertwine with the way they promote things. The timing of this experiment seems to be perfect with the digital turn the industry has been forced to adapt to. I just wonder if this was always the lineup that was planned, seeing as how more than a few notable trainees have left SM in the past couple of months. This is the kind of thing we'll probably find out in the future, just like with BLACKPINK. Even to this day, we're getting nuggets of what the original Pink Punk lineup looks like, because another photo has resurfaced of a 7-member lineup. Now, the reported original plan was 9 members. In this photo, we don't see the amazingly talented Yoona Kim, who used to be part of Khan, who used to be part of the ARC, and we also don't see Eunbi, who we don't know much about. But in this photo, on top of the 4 BLACKPINK girls, you do see Miyeon, of course, who is killing it right now with Idol, Hannah, who is now a solo artist that we've seen Jennie support, and Jinny, the awesome rapper in Secret Number, who is about to make their comeback. But while we wait for that, let's celebrate groups who just came back, like 17, LOONA, who registered and dedicated 12 stars to their fans, because why not? And it looked like they were about to win the theory poll for this week until Pentagon came out on top. And that's actually really fitting, because they just won their first music show since their debut 4 years ago. And what better reflection of Pentagon's storytelling capabilities than their song and music video for Daisy. According to them, they wanted to dive deeper into the emotions felt after a breakup in a way that closer mirrors real life. This music video portrays each of those stages broken down for us in the poetic paragraph seen at the end. Love burns everything, even myself. All I can do is mutter the lie that I hope for your tragedy. This first line obviously depicts the anger we initially feel after a separation. The good memories now burning a hole in our minds as we feel foolish for letting ourselves be vulnerable in the first place. Feeling as though everything was a lie, and ironically, we lie to ourselves, hoping the worst for the other person, thinking that will make us feel better. It continues on with, if emotions were light, the pain of tearing each other apart would be a chaos of colors, drawing our attention to the symbolic colors Pentagon used in this music video. Blue, red, yellow. And we don't have to guess what each of these mean, as the lyrics of the song lay it out for us. Our faded red love. Anytime we see red, they are reminiscing on the romance. We see him reenacting a passionate slow dance with a flower in his mouth. You're the sun that glows. The yellow scenes illustrate what their exes meant to them. They were the light that filled their lives with brightness. The chandelier in this scene is shot in a way where it looks like sunlight is shining on him. Dear weeping bluebird, please fly away. The blue scenes represent them drowning in sorrow, their lowest point of misery. Just look at this scene. Not only is the car flipped upside down, just like how he feels about life, but the rain also acts as something else, dragging his clothes even further down. When we go through a breakup, we must all deal with each of these emotions. There's no running from them. But what does the ending paragraph say about these colors? When those colors come together, they shine brighter until they become a single white ray of light. The purple in this scene shows the red and blue coming together with yellow on its way. And when they do collide, we see everything implode in the music video. In its wake, they each discover white daisies. Eventually, that sadness, that anger, the red, the blue, the yellow, all become a single white ray of light. A ray of hope. The white light illuminates things more clearly so that we can see things how they truly are. We don't regret the relationship anymore or wish them the worst. We're thankful it happened and we wish the best. But beyond hope, the white light also represents a blank slate, a fresh start, a rebirth. Because the white daisy shows us sometimes the most beautiful thing can grow in the darkest of places.
꽃잎의 daisy